Hey everybody, thanks for coming back for another puzzle. This time I've got something a little different. This is a 1950s owl Kit Kat clock that I got for my wife for her birthday. And it was in pretty rough shape. I had to totally clean it off. Most of these gemstones I had to put on here. The eyes, these were totally shot. I had to redo both of those. I got myself a new motor because the motor was busted. And so what I'm going to try to do today is put it back together. So it's kind of like a packing puzzle in a sense, but you know, it's not a puzzle in that it's designed to be solved. So when I took it apart back in April, which was her birthday, I had these all nice and neatly lined up so I could put them back in because I didn't realize the motor was broken. And it took me months and months and months to get a new motor because they don't make these ones anymore, and I tried to have it rehabbed and etc., and I finally managed to get one. And in that time, all of the gears became nice and jumbled up, so I don't know where they go. So what we're going to do is just see if we can go ahead and put it back together. So I don't have to take it to a watch shop. I'm not going to time it. We'll just see if we can do it. You know. So this motor piece is going to go on last. It sits right here, and this is the first gear that's going to be turning. So the gear will, I don't know if it's this one, it'll start here and then work its way down through this, which is the final gear, which is going to turn our clock hands. So we have to work bottom up on this. We're going to start here, work up, and then put the motor on last, and hopefully it should all connect together. So let's get right into it. First off, I know right away, because I can tell this by looking, and I recall that this piece goes through the middle here, and that's where our watch hands connect. So now the thing with this is it has a gear on the bottom, so there needs to be a gear sandwiched between this plate and this plate here. And it looks like these gears are probably all too small toothed. Yeah, that would never work. So this is the only gear that's going to fit here. And you can see it turns this. So this is actually the very last gear, the one that ends up turning the clock hands like this. So we know it needs to go like this. It can go like this. It can go like this too. But I suspect it probably just sits right in this little divot here, because the metal rod sticks out the other side. So let's try it. Yeah, that looks nice. Can we turn it? Make sure it actually turns. It's kind of like jumping. Why is it jumping? You can see this top gear keeps bouncing up and down. Why is it doing that? It's like it doesn't oh, I wonder if it's I didn't notice this little smaller gear on the inside of this one, and that is probably connecting up to this big plate down here. Which turns that's difficult to turn, so there's going to be one of these big tooth gears sitting up next to it. That's why this gear was skipping, because this wasn't actually turning. So this goes in here like that, and that bottom gear here connects to this big gear here. Then we go ahead and stick this through, which connects to this gear here. Okay, so what do we got left? We got these two are the same size, but they have different gearings on the top side. This one is, it's got maybe 8. It's very shallow. This one's got, I don't know, maybe 10 or a dozen, and it's thicker. And then this one has a very, very shallow gearing on this side with a post that goes through the middle, so it's similar to this one. Given that it has a post, and we have these two things, I hope I'm not missing a gear. There's 2. Well, we'll see what happens. So next we need to, let's see. One of these I remember was attached. It has to be a big one like this. Because I can't get these middle ones in there. I think it was this one. I vaguely remember the thicker center. So we might just have to work top down and bottom up at the same time. So this will go, is it this one turning this one? These two just don't fit together. So this probably goes here, but maybe it goes this way so that it's, does this fit through here? Ah. That seems like I wonder if this goes here. Stack the gears. So like it's gonna have to be this one. This gear is not cut all the way down to the bottom, so there's a little lip there that does not have teeth on it. So this one actually cannot, I guess it's this one, cannot attach with this one. Has to attach to this one. That rubs that though. Oh, right, it attaches. Wait. Alright, I think this goes here. And then one of these gears, let's try this one, goes here. So we're just going to stack the gears up like that. Okay. So this gear and this gear and this gear Has to be this with one of these. Oh, does one of these attach to this gear? Ah. And then this. Ah, haha. And then this. Okay, so I think we have our gear stack correct. I think. So now comes this part. So we're going to start with the eyes. Oh, that's why that one's so thick. Is that not ticked in there now, though? So that this can pass underneath it. I'm talking about this here. How this post is so much thicker than the other one, and why there's no teeth at the bottom, and this passes underneath it. Or, I mean, I guess I suppose it makes enough of a gap between this gear and this gear that it can just slide underneath it like that. Alright. Now, motor. Does this post go in? This post is going to have to go in the middle here. See, this is a new motor, so it didn't really fit on this thing. Let's just see what I have to work with here. Yeah, so that post, oh, I see. And that post, hook into this to keep it steady. This will pass underneath it like that. So the motor has to go like this. Okay, so I attach to this hole right here. And I should have seen that. That's the only one that has threads on it. There we go. So the motor, like I said before, will attach into that. Now we got to get this. You can put the tail on later. Let's see. We got this. Wait. That goes like that. Okay, so I think the tough part's going to be getting this and getting this gear to kind of line up nice and neat. Okay, so I only have 2 screws for it. I don't know where the heck the third one went. And I think I'm going to do this one and the one behind the motor here. Shoot, am I going to have to take this? I think I'm going to have to take the motor off here. Which is fine. That'll let me seat the gear a little bit easier. Post there. Why isn't that sitting? There's one down underneath here. Well, it's like almost in. That's okay. this screw come from? Oh, that was the one that okay. This goes in here. Make sure it's snug up against that other gear so that it actually functions. I think we might have got it. Let's see if the gear stacking works. Had to be that one, right? Because it was thicker. We determined that I have these two gears are correct. I can see it's turning the one underneath it. But this and this just kind of don't want to. Wish I could see down in there. I'm not going to tighten it all the way down just yet, so I can kind of shift it around to get it in the right spot. It wants to turn that gear. Let's do it totally without any kind of screw in, and then maybe we can kind of figure it out. There we go. Okay, so we got it lined up, everything's functioning, but there is no screw hole for me to keep the motor in, because it's a different motor is what the problem is, so it's not going to line up correctly. Oop. What happened? Okay. Again, it keeps skipping. So, put the tail on, like that. I'm not going to put the back on just yet, because it started to skip again. So, let's get the hands on first, and then we'll go back and worry about that. What? Alright, I'm not even going to tighten it. Maybe just a tiny bit. There you go. We figured it out. 1950s Kit Kat clock. Got it working for my wife. I'm going to go ahead and put it up in the kitchen. See the eyes on the tail. It's pretty dope. So that's what we got for you this time. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.